Churches today often possess a massive vision to impact the world. Yet the people doing the work on the ground describe a different reality. They feel isolated, overextended, and exhausted. This exhaustion stems from a common strategic error. We try to leap directly into global outreach campaigns before building a sustainable foundation in our own backyards. Launching wide initiatives without deep roots creates a vacuum. It produces a field of fast-sprouting seeds and high initial engagement, but the growth withers when the environment turns harsh. To push a mission to the furthest edges of the map, the work must start by focusing on the absolute center. Deep cultivation, or intentional discipleship, is the slow, hidden work of growing roots before expecting a harvest above ground. As we saw with the shallow seeds, surface growth lacks the internal structure to survive once the initial excitement fades. Without one-on-one investment, a global mission remains unstable. Discipleship functions as the active, hands-on process of building a person's character and helping them identify a specific calling. This strategic execution matrix relies on a balance of three distinct actions: broad sowing, deep cultivation, and creative connection. Deep cultivation anchors the other two strategies. It represents the manual labor of tilling the soil so that broad sowing has a place to land. In practice, deep cultivation forces the mission to embed the gospel directly into the fabric of specific real-world communities. Groups like the Men's Ministry or the Fans Businessmen Fellowship act as incubators for spiritual growth. They move beyond social interaction into a structured environment where specific callings are identified. By focusing intensely on these local groups, abstract faith becomes concrete. This solidifies the M0 base, your own Jerusalem, creating a resilient launchpad for future growth. A deeply discipled believer does not remain static. Their internal growth naturally breaks down the silos that typically keep church groups isolated. This five-party ecosystem connects the missionary, sending church, mission agency, service platform, and local church into a single network. The central target community acts as the hub. This discipled core pulls these entities together, making the collaborative network function. Once that local core generates enough internal energy, the momentum spills over its original boundaries. This diagram maps that energy overflow onto the Acts 1:8 mandate, where influence travels through concentric circles of culture. It moves from the red M0 local center outward into near culture groups, the M1 and M2 rings, before reaching the M3 ring, the cross-cultural domain. The push toward global missions represents the organic, unavoidable overflow of local discipleship. Discipleship is not a retention program designed to keep a congregation busy. Instead, this blueprint reveals a precision engine where local cultivation and outward expansion are part of one unified pipeline. The green arrow tracks the chronological progression required for this movement: establish, nurture, develop, raise, and finally expand. While broad sowing catches temporary attention, deep discipleship creates sustainable momentum. To participate in a global movement, the most effective action you can take is to meticulously invest in the spiritual growth of the person sitting next to you.